Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and wow, we have got a big change coming to Raid. It is not clickbait. I think this is going to be probably the best quality of life update to the game. I'm not joking. I've been asking for this for years, and we are finally going to get it. But there's also some other stuff, including new PvE content, the ascending of accessories, and all of that. So I'm going to cover it for you in this video and give you my take on this stuff. Let's get into it. Okay, so today Plarium has dropped this what's next in Raid video. I'm going to kind of skim through this and give you the highlights of some of the important stuff that's in here. Yep, so what they're going to be doing is giving us the opportunity to ascend our artifacts, similar to how we do with the Sand Devil's Necropolis, and this has been kind of a thing in game. We've always kind of been speculating that this is exactly what they're going to do. They're going to be going with that new dungeon over on the right. If I pop this down and show you, we've always kind of been theory crafting that over here on this little tree thing next to the Sand Devil's Necropolis, that it just kind of made the most sense that this was going to be where the dungeon is to ascend your accessories instead of your artifacts, and that's exactly what is going on right here, where they talk about acquiring this new resource that will be used to ascend your accessories. And this resource is going to be called Extract. It's going to be lesser, greater, and superior, so pretty much the same to the oils that we use for our artifacts. And then the boss that's going to be defending this dungeon is bringing a new debuff to the game, a new mechanic, similar to how we have the Minotaur that brought the Hex, and sometimes they introduce some new stuff here with bosses. And this boss right here is going to be doing the Enfeeble debuff that is going to make champions be guaranteed to place a weak hit. So it's going to be a very devastating debuff for anybody trying to do damage or apply debuffs. Obviously it won't be that bad for supports because it won't really affect them. They're not really based on doing damage or landing debuffs. And look how many abilities that this boss has up there on the top bar. Now obviously I'm gonna have to do a video here on the channel breaking down the boss fight in detail, but it definitely looks like it's going to be a challenging fight, similar to the Sand Devil's Necropolis. They try to kind of design these new dungeons they introduce to the game to be a challenge for people to pursue in the end game. They're usually not super beginner friendly when you talk about somewhere like the Sand Devil's Necropolis or this new dungeon. And then they talked about the Sylvan Watcher's Crypt opening soon. This isn't anything crazy. This isn't big news. We've had like a 2-month heads up on the Sylvan Watcher's Crypt being added to Faction Wars. And if you have earned Lydia, but you haven't claimed her already, she will automatically be sent to your inbox. But the requirement for getting Lydia is going to be adjusted to reflecting that you need to finish all of the faction crypts, including the Sylvan Watchers, to get Lydia. So basically the requirement for getting Lydia on your account is going to get tougher as the Sylvan is added to the requirement that you have to clear in order to get her. But this is what I was talking about in the title of the video. This is absolutely epic. We are getting that new filter that you can see right there that they're highlighting on the screen, and you can literally type in a champion's name and be able to find them. This completely changes Raid. You're going to be able to build teams like 5 times faster. All of the annoying scrolling through the index, scrolling through hundreds of champions. Finally, you can type in their name and they will come up. Raid has needed this since launch. It should have been in the game right away. I've been clamoring behind the scenes for years, basically since day one, about how we need to be able to quickly find champions without having to sit here and squint and sit up in our chair and look through all the avatars, and then you miss them and you gotta go back and you gotta scroll through them all again. This is the best quality of life change that they've done, in my opinion. But then, as they show on screen right here, you can also filter champions by all sorts of different stuff. You can even sort by, like, you want to look for a speed lead, so you can sort by people that have a speed aura or a certain faction. This is super important for the different special tournaments and events that they do where you can only use champions in certain factions and all of that. So this is going to be the most epic change. I absolutely love it, and this is going to help take Raid to that next level in terms of quality of life and accessibility to a mass amount of players. And I gotta play this again. Look how epic this is. You put in a Galek in the champion filter and it pulls up the rare Galek and then also the epic Ultimate Gaelic, and then it shows them typing in Elhain, and it pops up Elhain. Like, it is just so amazing. I am so excited for this. Look at this. You just put in EL, and it filters all the people that have EL, and then when you put in ELH, it pulls up the Dark Elhain and the Rare Elhain. Like, oh my goodness. I'm probably more excited for this. You could tell by the way that I'm talking. I am more excited for this than any other quality of life change I've seen them do. And they are also going to be adding a mechanic called the Hydra Clash, where basically they're going to be having like 5 clans go up against each other, and then it is going to be a Hydra battle. And I'm assuming there will be some sort of matchmaker where you get put up against clans that have a similar overall clan power or overall like damage potential based on previous matches. Like, if you win, your MMR will go up and you'll face harder clans. If you lose, your MMR will go down and you'll face easier clans and all that. But this is more in the vein of what Clan War should be, I think. You get kind of dumped into a tournament group of like 3 to 8 clans or whatever, and then you have a certain objective where you actually compete against each other. It's not just, hey, spend books for points, spend gems for points. You have to actually do something in game and then compare it against another team. So this is a little bit more in line with what CVC should be. And with the Hydra Clash CVC mechanic, they are also going to be adding protection and stone skin accessories. So for the first time ever in Raid, we're going to be able to have a full 9-piece set. There's 9 pieces of gear that you could equip on a champion, and now you can get a full protection or a full stone skin build. And then this is going to be the full set right here. You've got your 20 resistance, 15% HP, 24% speed, and then you can get up to a 75% chance of buff protection, along with 8% more speed and 20% more resistance. So this would be great for any support champion that is going to be placing buffs on your team, because they're basically going to be getting everything they need. They need resistance, HP, speed, and buff protection. It's kind of tailor-made for a champion like that. And then on the stone skin side of things, you've got the 8% HP, 40 resistance, 30% defense, and then you get the stone skin buff for 2 turns with a 50% chance of the blocking removals, and then we're going to get 25% more, so it's going to go up to a 75% chance to block removals or steals, and then you will get the 8% more HP and 40 resistance. So the full set is going to be 16% HP, 80 resistance, and then the 75% chance to block the steals or removals for 2 turns with the 30% defense. So stone skin going to be pretty cracked, along with protection, if you can get the full set and get enough of these accessories with the protection and the stone skin. And then they concluded this What's Next in Raid video by showcasing some of the new champions. I think they showed like 4 or 5 new champions that they're going to be working on over the course of the next few months probably. So I'll just kind of let this play so you can see the different champions they're kind of teasing here and their different concepts. You've got like an Ogrin right there. And then they have one or 2 more. That one right there looks super cool. I'm sure that'll have some awesome animations. And then another one right there. So yeah, definitely some exciting news and things coming to the game that we got announced today. Then if we head on over to the in-game stuff, we've got a Soul Chase tournament. So lots of craziness going on today. Soul Chase tournament. So when you're pulling your soul stones, there's going to be some rewards that go along with it. So we got kind of a heads up from Cirilla that they're going to be adjusting the way the blessing summoning with souls and stuff starts working. They're going to be thinking about doing events like 2x, 10x guaranteed, and then they're also going to be doing the tournaments and stuff that revolve around pulling your soul stones. So similar to shards, we're probably going to have to start saving our soul stones for special situations instead of just YOLOing them as soon as we get them. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that. But we also had the Whale War for Tatsu come to a close. You can see my group got one for 88,000, and the global leaderboard shows that people were at 230 for the global leader. And yeah, we had a lot of these over 100,000. Not surprising for a new champion. People are going to want to win a tournament and go after it. I didn't even bother because I know if I pushed them, they would have bumped it up to 160, whatever, and I wasn't going to do that again to myself. So I just let it go and wasn't going to deal with it. But if you're curious, my group was one for 88, and the global leaderboard was one for 228. And then we've got a pretty normal Ice Golem tournament going on. Nothing really super fancy there. The Dragon tournament, same as well. There is 200 of these coins for 1525 on both of the tournaments. So a pretty decent idea to maybe spend a little bit of energy there. And you have, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen 5 tournaments live in game. That's pretty crazy. It's usually like 1, 2, maybe 3. So tons of tournaments going on. And we can now see the summon rush that was going to coincide with all of the 10x's going on this week. It looks like it's just some blessing mechanics here with a couple legendary books. It's pretty expensive, but there is an eternal soul stone up for grabs. So people that are pulling for some of the 10x events going on this week, they'll be excited about that and maybe be able to double dip a little bit. But most of you are going to be saving your shards this week and kind of waiting for a 2x or a guarantee or something like that. But there is also going to be this Path of Light going on right now. And this Path of Light event is going to revolve around leveling up champions, ranking them up, and then also getting artifacts, so basically like dungeon grinding or doing the campaign and all of that. I mean, there's some decent rewards in here, but as always, it's going to be super expensive. I'm probably just going to end up treating this as like whatever I passively collect is great, but it is worth noting there is another Eternal Soul Stone down there on the bottom right. And the 10x events that are going on today, we've got 10x events going on every day this week, but the ones that are double dipping with day 1 of that Summon Rush event are going to be the Void Hegemon and the non-Void in Walking Tomb Drang. Both these champions are cool additions to your account. I don't know that people are going to be like wailing out, going crazy to go after them. Yesterday, we had a little bit more of a popular one with Nekrit the Great in there, and I think he's going to be one of the more sought after Void Legos. But anyway, there's going to be all of these events going on throughout the week that coincide with that kind of summon rush they're doing with the different blessing and stone mechanics in there. So then in the shop, is there anything worth 16 for 25? No, the Litecoin bundle 4 for 3K. Monthly. We haven't got the 100% mini mix packs in forever. Goodie, and okay, so nothing worth talking about in the shop today, in my opinion. But yeah, lots to cover in this one. As you can tell, I'm super excited about the ability to go through my roster and find a champion I'm looking for right away. I think that is an amazing quality of life change. So I am super stoked. Let me know down below what you're most excited about and what you think about the things going on in game and the new boss and the new things that are going to be coming to raid soon. I always enjoy reading your thoughts as well. So I hope you have a great day. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content, and I will see you soon in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.